For nearly 100 years, the Spanish remained in charge of the remote region of what is now New Mexico and Texas. In the west, the town of San Juan de los Caballeros, formerly the Pueblo town of Oque-Owingue, served as Juan Oñate's capital in New Mexico until the creation of the town of La Villa Real de la Santa Fe de San Francisco de Asís in 1610. Around the same time, but nearly 800 miles to the southeast, Diego de Montemayor founded the Ciudad Metropolitana de Nuestra Señora de Monterrey in a region named Nuevo León. There was no noticeable Spanish presence in the great vast distances in between these tiny outposts. It was a month's journey from Santa Fe to the next closest Spanish city of any size, Santa Barbara. Most of present-day Texas remained the domain of the indigenous peoples. In New Mexico, the Spanish continued the process of remaking the Pueblo people and established missions along the Rio Grande. In 1659, Fray Garcia de San Francisco founded Nuestra Señora de Guadalupe Mission, which still stands in downtown Ciudad Juárez. Farther south, Spanish settlers established Monclova in 1677, a little more than 100 miles northwest of Monterrey. The Spanish frontier was expanding, just not very fast. Outnumbered and surrounded, the Spanish were in a very weak position and relied on the good intentions of the natives they had trained to be like them. Only technology, steel, horses, and tools gave the Spanish an advantage. Pretty soon, Pueblo Indians learned how to use Spanish weapons, how to work iron, and how to raise and train horses. By 1680, the Spanish had lost their edge, and the natives rebelled. The Pueblo Revolt of 1680 is the only time an indigenous people were able to remove a European overlord in the Americas. They threw the Spanish out. The Christian Pueblos left too, and they relocated to the new towns of Isleta and Socorro near present-day El Paso. The Spanish were gone from New Mexico. They also feared losing control of nearly all the frontera. Beat up and bruised, the Spanish established missions among the settled Jumanos, called the Patarobuyes, at La Junta de los Rios. From here, Spanish explorers pushed east into what is now the Trans-Pecos and West Texas. Juan Dominguez de Mendoza established a temporary base camp and mission he called San Clemente. He hoped one day to establish a permanent mission for the Jumanos in that region, but Apaches drove the Spanish away. The Spanish needed to regroup. They returned to Santa Fe 10 years later and reoccupied New Mexico, but only after rethinking their relationship to the Pueblo peoples. By that time, another threat to the frontera had arrived, this time far to the east.